All right, so we're going to go through the Louisiana Residential Agreement to buy and sell as it is in 2020, 2021. So this side has the listing agent. This is the buyer agent. I don't know why they still put selling firm here. The first thing you do, they talk about the property, have the real address of the legal description, and then you put whatever other movable items like the appliances or whatever would go in here and list it there. You can list it anywhere, but specifically like to list it here. The price is what you put in here. So it's page number 2. You got the price. And then other mineral rights. Generally in Orleans Parish, you don't worry too much about that. Just put 100%, well 0% the mineral rights are owned by the seller or reserved. So there you put the price. You write it out, and then you put the words, and then you put the numbers. Act of sale. Depending on how aggressive you are to get the place purchased, you put the act of sale here. Right, and really realistically, 45 to 60 days if you're going to get a loan. Contingency. So if you have another house for sale and you're not sure, but like you got to sell that house first, you put a contingency here. Otherwise, you put no contingency. Financing, all cash sale, most powerful weapon in buying a house. If you're going to put financing, you put the loan amount here. Remember the loan amount, not the total amount, right? Even if it's 100% loan, right? Or the percent plan on paying, and the interest rate, you don't want it to go over X amount of dollars and not more than 30 years, right? This is one way to get out of the offer, depending on how you put this, lay this out. Same thing. You can put fixed rate mortgage, VA, is it going to be VA? If out in the countryside, it's a rural development. So you put the kind of loan that you're looking at getting in here, right? I like to put more than one option. It's another key to negotiating. Discount points, always put 0 and 0. So 0 points, 0 origination. Other financing conditions, if it's commercial, more likely do that. Make sure you put the whole property address and the date is at the top of each one. Okay, this gobbledygook right here has to do with when you're going to get a loan, okay? For 5 years, this has always been a problem. Really, for 15 years, this paragraph here has been a horrendous problem about knowing, did you get a loan, did you not get a loan, blah, 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 blah. This is why you need to have a pre-approval letter, okay? Right here, this gobbledygook here, this mess, this is like a bowl of gumbo tipped over sideways into a ditch and it's scripted back up with the dirt. That's what this is, okay? So put as few days as possible, okay? Pretty much you should have done this already if you're making an offer. Prorations, I just talks about prorations. Talk to the agent about how you do that. Appraisal, I always put this condition upon appraisal, even if it's sold cash money, all right? And I put 10 days default for everything. So give 10 days to buyer to respond, seller to respond. Deposit. How much do you really want this property? If you go put like a measly $500 bill right here, which you could, it could mean you're not serious. Me as on the seller side, I see that as, are you kidding me? And so, let's see how aggressive you are if you're serious or not. Deposit. Held most of the time by a third party. The listing broker could hold it. The selling broker could hold it. Heck no, I don't want to touch that as a broker at any point in time. Put it to a third party. Sign it a piece of paper. That third party is generally going to be the title company you're closing with. The return of the deposit. Basically, everybody does what they're supposed to do or doesn't do what they're supposed to do. This is the whole process, 121 to 146. That's the whole workflow for buying a home, all right? Everybody do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. Leases. If it's in leases, you want the money to that. Clarify this. This gobbledygook paragraph here is too much mumbo jumbo, okay? Clear that up before you buy. New home construction. New homes aren't perfect, okay? But you may have a new home construction addendum. You're not going to have one most of the time. But you still do an inspection. Don't mind that, okay? Inspection period. My default is 10 days. Unless it's a really big building or crazy monster, at least 10 days.